Listen, listen, listen. Welcome to Monday Night Ramblings, where I will ramble on for. I really don't know today because I don't have a lot to talk about. If you can actually, you should be able to believe that there's really not a lot to talk about. We do have San Diego Comic Con. Um, as you might imagine, due to the thumbnail, it was very lazy. The poll is very lazy. I feel very lazy. And, well, sometimes it's a little bit harder to get things to talk about, but I will do my best to keep you guys occupied for at least a little bit of time on this Monday. Because I know there's no one else that does any lives on Monday. So I will try and make sure to give you guys something to talk about. But anyway, hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Thank you guys for tuning in. Giving me a little bit of your time, and hopefully I can make your Mondays a little bit better because we only have 4 more days of work. That's 4 long days. 4 long days to get back to the weekend. And I don't hate my job. Hopefully you don't hate your job either, but the weekends are much, much, much better. So anyway, how is everyone doing? We do have a lazy week this week though, because I do not have someone for Thursday with a friend. I reached out to a couple of people, they couldn't do it. I stopped reaching out and I said, you know what? I'm not going to do a Thursday with a friend this week. And it made me start thinking about a lot of things. And I got to look at everything. And I think I might start taking 1 week off every month for at least for Thursday with a friend. I really realized during the 3 weeks off that I wasn't live when I was Circle of Jerks, but I didn't really have to do anything. It was a much needed vacation and much needed rest. I put so much time and effort into this. Um, it's difficult. It takes away from a personal life that I might have, the amount of things that I do. And when I really sat back and I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to try and schedule anyone. It felt pretty good. I've invested so much into this. I've built it, and I worried for 4 years what happens if I miss a Monday, if I miss a Thursday, and now I realize that I've come to a spot where I can do that, and it's not going to hurt the channel. So I don't know why I started off with that. That was actually in the notes for later on. But anyway, as for the weekend, I hope everyone is doing well. Let's see. Last week, I got to deal with the Canadian wildfires. There was actually a day, 2 days, but one day really bad, actually, Wednesday and all day Thursday, that it felt and smelt like there was a bonfire going uh, all day throughout the state of Michigan. A huge haze. Um, so thank you to Canada for that. Um, we can't thank you enough. But in all honesty, to all the people that have to be fighting those fires, and God forbid anyone that loses their lives, uh, you know, hopefully they're able to take care of it. It does look fine now. You don't notice anything. It was bad. I literally came in. It was my son's birthday Wednesday. I got home, went out, as I always do. I feel like I'm constantly doing stuff for the association. Yet I don't feel like I'm doing enough because of how many text messages I see going, and I ignore them because I have to have a personal life that does not revolve around them or this or work or different things like that. And so I went out and I took care of some weeds that need to be taken care of. And this is like 5:30, waiting for my ex and my daughter to come over for my son's birthday. I come in, sweating. It's probably about 6 at this time. I take a shower, get out, and I go get food. I walk out, and it smells like there's a bonfire. I'm like, man, there's fire. I'm like, something's on fire. And Susan's like, dude, that's Canadian wildfires. I'm like, it did not smell like this an hour and a half ago, hour and a half ago, and it was bad. So hopefully all those people are whoever's fighting it. I'm not paying attention to the news. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that was the weekend. Kind of dealing with that, staying inside because they say the air is awful. Like, well, we have all the factories here. It's already pretty bad, but I think on Thursday said we had the worst air in the world. So yeah, that was something. But this weekend, Target tried doing their reset for their toys. I don't know how well it's going to go, considering every single collector was out picking through everything even before I had a chance. Sunday, I went out to go get Scarlet and um, Shebang, however you say his name. And there were at least five. I think there was five guys waiting for the Starscream. The Starscream. They got 7 of them in, and they went and actually found them for those guys. And I went up to ask if they could find the Scarlet 2-pack, and the lady literally, like, she grabs the Starscream and scans it. I'm like, well, I'm not here for that. I don't. I'm like, can you guys go find this? And they said it's here, but it's still on the truck. So I had to go to a different Target. Found it, as you can see, and went home and put together a review. So that was interesting to actually see collectors at the store again, and only one store in our area got it for right now. And they were, even when we came out, because they all sold out. As we were walking out, there was a guy walking in, and the guy I was talking to, he's like, "Do you have any more of those?" And he's like, "Dude, they're all gone." they're all gone. So give it time, it'll show up. But I got the Onslaught in that actually came. I picked up Shirtless Wolverine, which is a really fun figure. He's really good for either Party Wolverine or for that one specific scene from Deadpool and Wolverine. So that was interesting. Again, just seeing collectors actually at the store. And I've said before, there is something very special about going to a store and collecting and finding it. Just doesn't happen all that often. So anyway, let's quickly say hi to the chat. There's 45 people watching right now. So please, if you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. You know how it goes. Anyway, Krusty Old Crow jumping in saying, this poll is as lazy as the thumbnail. I respect the consistency of the effort. Monday. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of that today, I think. We have Dustin Blair. We have Cookster here. We have G.I. Bro, who has the best guns in the community. We have Same Time Toys saying, damn, 2 Mondays in a row. Believe me, it's been going through my mind of just taking a whole week off, like the first week of every month. I'm thinking about it. I'm just letting you guys know. David R. is here. We have Blue Barnella saying, hi, everyone. I see Punk is going for maximum effort on thumbnails and polls today. You are absolutely correct. We have Lego Star Wars Kid saying, oh my gosh, been waiting forever. We have Cooking with Eric, SCS Dog. You forgot that. Oh, here it is, right here. Not giving it to me, only to Crow. Beardy McBearderson is here. We have MCR Mazza. We always put, man, I feel like I've never dropped I've never put the R in there. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I don't really remember. Blue Barnella says Larry is waiting for Baldy's mom to get off the phone so he can use the internet. We do not live together, or else I pay a lot less rent. Snake has joined us. We have Woody Triple Two who says we're waiting. Well, you know what? You can wait for this. We got HK Viper is in the house. Let's see, who else do we have? All these people waiting. We have Mr. Wonderful here. Woo! Another travesty, as they all are. We have US Combat Dojo member for 14 months saying, hey, Punk and chat. And so, you get the
fucking Phil Collins.
We have G.I. Jetman who's saying, what's up, Punk and chat? We have Steve Martin saying, good evening, people. Derek Holloman is here, except he didn't highlight, so I can't say anything. Alice and Troy saying, we've come to expect lazy and half-assed from your Monday. It's okay. Well, you know what? you're gonna get that. And I ordered some stuff from Amazon using your link today, just so you know. GI Jetman telling SCS Dog 100% feeling better now. If you guys didn't know, and I'm only gonna say this because Jetman actually posted on his Instagram. Um, I think we always talk about the Joe Fest hangover. It is something completely real. It hit Jetman a little bit later, it feels like, so he wasn't feeling well. Jetman, it is great to hear that you are doing better. So everyone, uh, give Jetman a prayer if you pray, or don't. I don't. It's not gonna doesn't affect me either way. Joe ARH saying, "Yo, sub everyone." Um, Listen, I'm already pre-pissed. Already pre-pissed, Joe. Alex Martinez is joining us right now. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Do we have anyone else? I know there's got to be at least one other person. Maybe there's not. Oh, there's Clint Jorgensen saying we usually have the worst air in the world. We did the week of Joe Fest. Hey, we have River Rouge. It literally always smells, but that is where so much so there's a huge plant down there. But no, I've never smelt anything like that. It literally smelt like again, you were around a huge bonfire. I took video and like sent it to Crow, demanding, you know, them to stop. But he didn't do anything. Steve Chomp has joined us. Russell Lemieux is here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Lego Star Wars fan says, What shenanigans are going on at Target? Yesterday they told me they're holding it for today, and today they're all gone." Well, I don't think that. Hold on one second. I gotta make. The one thing that I have to say, and sometimes they are waiting. This has been a really weird thing, and I think because this was supposed to be their reset, I don't think that they wanted people to go in the back and grab stuff, and they did anyway. Kind of the same way that Walmart was. They weren't supposed to bring all that stuff out when they had that one display, but they did. So no one, so a lot of people never saw the display because people were getting stuff early and everything. I think that's kind of what happened, but it's hard to tell. But sometimes they're better, sometimes they're not. The second Target I went to, I went up to the lady and I said, "Hey, is it possible for you to look for this figure for me?" And I gave her the DPCI. She said, "Yep, it says we have 4 in the back. How many do you want?" I said, "Just one." She went in the back. She came out and said, "Thank you so much." And she said, I said, "Thank you so much." And she told me, she goes, "You started off the right way. You were polite to me." And I'm like, "There's no reason not to be." I know the stories. People are rude. I know about the Star Wars collectors. And she goes, "Oh my God, they are." She's like, "There's something else." Like, I was gonna be mad if she said like they're the biggest assholes. I wasn't gonna be mad. I know they are. They are the worst. All right. But yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of weird, but when I went back for shirtless Wolverine to another place, there's a guy I see all the time, and I asked him real nicely. He went in the back, grabbed it. So it all depends. Nolan, which makes us Toy Tube official. Woody says you talked about the glistening way too much without saying pause. All right. Callister is here saying, "Hey, Punk and chat." Grizzlehorn has joined us. We have Stephen K. Or is it Stefan? I still don't really know what it is. GI Jetman is asking, "Is Mephisto a good-looking figure? I canceled mine for the Arctic Hiss." Mephisto is a good-looking figure. Mephisto has an awesome, awesome throne. The problem with Mephisto is they must have said, "We already have the design from what almost 4 years ago, this is what we're gonna do. What they should have done with Mephisto is scrap the really shitty cloth cape that they have that is only there so someone can sit so he can sit on it. Scrap the plastic cape, has more design, and create one nice thick cape just like Thor's, put a little detail in it. There's your tooling. You scrapped the plastic cape, you scrapped the really shitty cloth cape. Now you're going to give everyone one cape. You made some changes. The figure looks amazing. He's like 8 inches tall. He looks menacing, but they could have done it better that way. Is he worth it? If you need him in your display, yes, he looks really good. But just be sure that you want to spend $80 or $85, whatever it is. I think Pulse has them, right? And we'll talk about that. Pulse has changed they're canceling on their made to order. So Action Figs. This is I will actually be rooming with this guy once again for assembly required. I'm going to write down assembly required because I'll talk about that a little bit. I wrote assembly R for some reason instead of just AR. Like I don't know my own notes. Anyway, is there anyone else? We have Joe Fan jumping in here. Joe Fan 84. And I think we might have gotten through every single one. Oh no, we have Mendoza. And I do want to repeat once again, it is Mendoza. I get very disappointed, very upset when people call him Mendoza. I don't know what the fuck that is. I told everyone exactly how to say his name, so please say it properly. It is respectful to say someone's name properly, just like Clint Jorgensen. And when we have Olu, who has the Keenan Forever. If you don't know, that's a skateboarder that literally drowned in a pool after a partying. So kids, be careful. Anyway, let's see here. Is there anyone else? I think we're almost to the end. If not, we're just going to call it the end. Oh, wow, there's a lot more. There he is. There we have Mamu Nestor saying he's totally not worth it. Again, it is all in what is... It's all what you feel is worth it. Do I think he could have been better? Yes. I don't think they should have used the same design. There's good and bad to it. Like I said, Tony's Figs jumping in here, and now we've actually made it to the end. All right. So quickly I kind of mentioned the made to order, and Spec had pointed this out with the new colorful Seekers they have coming out for the Transformers. So they have a made to order, and if you notice now, there is a cancellation date. So you can only cancel up to a certain date. Now, you're still not going to be charged until it ships, which is good. It's kind of a twofold. Now, either way, you're locked into it. Now, you can easily just change the credit card, but then you're fucked going forward, right? I like this because there are people that do buy an extra because they know not everyone's going to buy it. And if I have no issues with someone buying extra stuff when everyone has the ability to buy it and you choose not to. HasLab is the same way. You can't scalp something that everyone had the ability to. Same with this. But people have bought extra things and then everyone cancels it and then they're stuck there. This is making Hasbro say, hey, you know what? There's only going to be so many left. And there are. No matter how you look at it, there's only going to be so many left when it's said and done. They will have extra because they got to be able to, have some for replacements if something breaks, different things like that. One gets missed, who knows? So there now is a cancellation date. So if you are one of those people that says, hey, you know what? I'm going to order it and whatever happens, happens. I can always cancel it. No, you can't. It's actually it's not really any different than the HasLab. The HasLab you pay for, but you still have 30 days to cancel it after a HasLab has funded. This is the same thing. You're just not charged for it. And in many ways, I would almost rather be charged right away I don't want to tell Hasbro this because then they'll do it with everything. I almost want to be charged ahead of time because then I don't have to worry about it. Then it's like a free toy. It's not. It's totally not. Like when I get the Snowcat, it's not a free toy at all. But uh, if you're in a position where you don't know if you're going to have the funds, this is where it becomes a problem. And this is why I always say stop. Don't go chasing what other people can and can't do. If you feel like you won't be able to afford it, you don't have a credit card that's put aside directly for that, or a bank account that can handle magically getting charged, considering they're not, you have a specific date, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen on that date. It could happen before, it could happen after that. So watch for that now if you are going to be doing that, because you really don't know. And I think it's better this way. I really do. It does lock it in. It will actually keep the value of these things, which is something that it's not Hasbro's job to worry about the value of something, but it is nice when like, hey, this is something that's going to be valuable because there's a set amount. And now everyone that ordered it is going to have it. So Viper Scout says, but I wasn't collecting at the time and my sick kid needs one. Well, again, like I said, it'll till now, you can probably still get it at a decent price. Russell the Muse has gotta have some to sit on a pallet and collect dust. You don't have to. Hi, it's me jumping in here saying don't go chasing waterfalls. Yeah, pretty much. M Hatfield saying, hey there, everyone. J. Jetman says, Punk, have you and Olivia binged Gilmore Girls? It's a pretty good show. I've never watched Gilmore Girls. So that is one I can say, no, I haven't. We did watch an episode of 90210 today. What was funny, I'm like, did we already see this one? And she's like, no, it started off. I'm like, are you sure? They all start to run together. I've actually never had I've never had a feeling, or I never had that urge to watch Gilmore Girls. There's still a few shows that I would love to get through with her, to go back and watch. But this is senior year, so, and not like she's with me all the time. So, yeah, we have to. I have to pick and choose because, I mean, she'll be coming back for when she goes to college. It's not like she'll be gone forever. But anyway, no, I have not. But I will keep that in mind, and I will definitely look at that stuff. There's a lot of shows that I've never watched that I know people really seem to like. And I'm like, maybe I've missed this. Maybe I've missed the boat on this. But anyway, let's see here. Look at I do have I still might write my notes down, if you can believe that. But I did say, so if you notice, I did drop a couple of videos. I dropped Onslaught. I read about Onslaught. I watched a video on Onslaught. I remember when Onslaught came out because I was reading the comics. There was somebody that was really mad about reviewers that don't know anything about the product. He's actually kind of a bitch boy. I see a lot of his bitching comments a lot on Facebook, and he was really mad. And all I said was, hey, like I say, and I don't know if he was directing it at me or not, because he didn't say. He literally, and it was the Marvel Legends thing. And I just said, hey, I review a figure, not what the historical value of the figure is or how historically accurate he is. And then he basically went into this whole, like, I can't believe people can't get the concept. Like, dude, fucking shut up, dude. Like, seriously, CD, it's fucking annoying, like, to listen to you. Like, we see you bitching over and over and over and over. Dude, like, it's a fucking reviewer, man. Like, if you don't like their shit, move on. And again, I have no idea if he was actually talking about me. I don't even know if when he was responding to me, if he was like responding to me. But I made sure that I said it in the Onslaught video that I watched a review. I even read the back on camera. I read, if you can believe that. And then I got obviously the Scarlet and Shebang, and then I went and got the shirtless Wolverine, which again is a really fun thing. And if you're following me on Facebook, I will put it out on Instagram, or I'll put it out on YouTube tomorrow. Maybe I'll even do it on Facebook. I made him partying, and Thor's basically drinking or pouring liquor in him with his little horn. And I took the screaming figures of yawning Punisher. Sorry, he's totally yawning and yelling Cap like they're they're celebrating him doing his little bong or whatever it is. And it made me laugh because things like that just make me laugh. But anyway, Allison says she'll need to come home and do laundry and raid the refrigerator. Well, she already raids the refrigerator. I mean, I've told you story. I'm telling you, like, Susan and her will stop over, like when she's not here for the weekend or whatever. Like, she'll stop over to get something, and they come in, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, what are you guys doing?" "Oh, we're just coming back from lunch." And then Olivia will walk out of the kitchen with a piece of pizza in her mouth. I'm like, "I thought you just went to lunch." "Yeah, uh-huh." "What do you mean pizza?" Like, you went directly to it. You just got back from lunch. So yeah, she will be raiding the refrigerator. I know that for sure. No, she does not go to Ohio, and she knows that. She's not going to any school in Ohio, especially not Ohio State. She wants to be a lawyer. You don't go to Ohio State to be a lawyer. Yes. Marvel Legends Bitch Boy review incoming. Yes. Dustin Blair says, "Did you hear the new Buffy got canceled?" I did, and I had to send it to her, and she was very disappointed along with me. It's no doubt about that. Osrodam is jumping in here saying, "Hello, friends," and Crusty O'Crow says, "I hated Onslaught. There's not much you need to know besides Magneto and Professor X mashup." I know that, and again, I remember reading the comic and when it happened, and I don't hate Onslaught, and I do think the figure is a very good figure for him. He's very shiny, very comic booky. Yeah, is the best way to say it. Debo DNA jumping in here saying, "What's up, all?" Allison Troy says, "When I was in college, I would bring grocery bags to my parents' house and stock up. I didn't grocery shop at grocery stores from 93 to 96. So funny that you say that. Every time we go over my dad's, they go to Costco and they just buy all kinds of stuff. And Olivia's favorite thing now is to walk through the garage with a bag and just start loading up. So the first place I will take her is to my dad's, and then we'll head over to my house when she's ready to go grocery shopping from school." Viper Scott says, "Onslaught was a dumb concept. Sorry, not sorry. Also, the reason Heroes Reborn exists, another reason to hate him." Okay, so Onslaught, I guess, is not everyone's favorite. Yes, I understand what they want to call it, but it's Ohio State. Anyway, so yeah, I got those 3 reviews up. I actually still have some stuff from Joe Fest that I haven't reviewed, and more or less individual things that I wanted to talk about. And Joe ARH, I know you were here. I cannot believe that you showed me records, and it didn't even dawn on me to say, "Hey, give me a second." Action figures sold separately. I bought Punk records off of him for 1/12 scale, and it has Rancid in it, Suicide Machines, all kinds of cool fucking records in 1/12 scale. And I don't know if any of you guys got them, but there's records. I didn't realize there was actual records inside of the record sleeve. and he actually has it printed on it, the record. They are super fucking cool. Um, but yeah, I should have ran down. It didn't even dawn on me till the morning when I went downstairs and they were sitting on my windowsill because I opened them up and left them on my windowsill. But I kind of want to go over some of that stuff. I got some stuff from Top Fun Toys that I still have to get into and review. Uh, and it's more or less the independent stuff people doing that, obviously everything that was a Joe Fest exclusive, everyone's already done it. So there's not really a use for me to go through anything else that I still have. I still have the glow in the dark Blanca. I'm like, I'm going to review this. Dude, I sat on the two Jada figures forever and I finally just opened them. I did hit Blanca with the UV light and holy shit, that thing glows like you wouldn't believe. So um Kiwi GI Custom saying, "Yo, Joe, everyone, how are you doing?" Um, it was canceled before that, and none of those guys were actually supposed to be. The only one that was confirmed was Buffy. So the other ones weren't even supposed. It was supposed to be a completely different. It was a reboot of it, but it was supposed to be completely different. So that had nothing. It had nothing to do with it. And believe me, Xander was never going to be close to that. Those people do not like him. Uh, they do not like him. I will say that. Devil Dog jumping in here saying, "What's up, Punk and chat? Better late than never." Hey, I appreciate anyone showing up here and giving me a little bit of their time. Dude, seriously, I actually have like right here all the VHS tapes and video games that I got. But the records I want to go through because again, these are things that like the stuff that you and Top Fun Toys, like this is stuff um that people are gonna they're not exclusives, but they not enough people know who you guys are. And again, you guys know there's just so many people that are making really good stuff, but as a content creator myself, you start to create friendships with specific people. So those are the people that you want to push out and everything. And the records are awesome. Like I didn't realize that the records were actually inside of it, and then that you actually had the stuff printed on them. So I have to do that just for Joe, because I guarantee you Joe will be ordering some because I think it will fit into whatever he's trying to do with his world that he is sitting there and creating. But anyway, okay. So I want to say thank you to Carlos from Rise of Nexus. There's still like 2.5 days, I think, 2 days left for the Rise of Nexus. So if you want to back the project, please do. It is a 1/18 scale. I'm going to drop a link right now. Carlos is a great guy. Like I said, he sent me some stuff. He sent me some stuff before his first Kickstarter, and go back and watch that Thursday with the friend. Those are the ones that, again, to me are still they're the most fascinating for me because I knew very little about what he was doing with the Kickstarter, and hearing him talk about how he went back and he didn't just kick it right back in. He had to go back and see like, hey, where did I make mistakes? What can I do better? I need to spend more time with not that I need to refresh with my family and get that stuff out there. So it's a really good thing. And again, if you spend over $100 in the back, you get like 2 free figures. If you buy just one, you get 2 figures. So either way, you're getting a pretty good deal. 3-star draw jumping in saying, "What's up, punky people?" Like Punky Brewster, Slay Move Bride. So anyway, thank you to Carlos. That was a really good, a really fun interview with him. Thank you to all the people from Punk's Pit. We did that again. That's for channel members only. We went a good almost 5 hours. Yes.
Do I have a charger for my phone?
You don't have one?
No, I didn't bring one from Mom's.
They're downstairs. There's a cord downstairs.
Okay.
I mean, there's cords all over.
Well, I got the new.
Yes, believe me, I found so many of those cords all over. Just take the one from downstairs.
You got your dog in the back?
Yes, I got my dog in the back. So there's two. I think there's two. No, there's only one downstairs. I don't know. There's another one. There's one over here somewhere.
Okay, I'll get the one downstairs.
Just bring it back there because that's where we need it. Don't mind her. She doesn't care. She doesn't care that she jumps in and interrupts. Tony says hi. I just yelled. Sorry to yell. I just yelled in the microphone. So anyway, thank you to all the people from Punk's Pit. Big thank you. So Saturday, I recorded with Adam for the TV terminal. Recording Lucky, which is a Apple show. Very interesting show. Pretty good so far. It has Timothy Oliphant in it, so it makes it good.
Did you yell something?
Yeah, Tony said hi.
Hi, Tony.
You hear that, Tony? He said Olivia. Olivia said hi. I don't know what that.
What?
I don't know.
Why are you laughing?
Yes. What a professional. I know. This is anything but professional.
No one else wants to say hi?
No one else wants to say hi. MCR Mazza said, hi, Bolivia.
Well, because when we started in elementary, I used to think people say Bolivia on purpose, and it was just a country.
Kiwi GI says, I love this in midstream having a conversation with your daughter about chords. Tell me about it.
It's important.
Important to you.
Important to all of us.
Yes. The nerd alert says, Punk, what did I miss? I got a lot to speculate. Love the show. Thank you. Kiwi says hi to you. Are you happy?
Hi.
Viper Stout says, say goodnight, Gracie. I don't know what that means. Do you? Cooking with Eric says, Liv. See, you happy? See, other people call you Liv. Viper Scout says, hi, Olivia.
I'm famous.
Yeah, you're totally famous. Crustio Crow says, hello, Olivia.
Bonjour. Bonjour, mademoiselle. Bonjour, Maxine.
And then look at this. M. Hatfield says, member for 9 months. So what do you get when you're already a pre-member? Do you remember?
Fucking Phil Collins?
Yes. You got a live one. Oh boy, look at this. Cooking with Eric, member for 27 months.
I thought that said 27 minutes.
No.
Fucking Phil Collins.
Okay.
A little more aggressive because it's 27 months.
That was a little aggressive.
2 years.
Like G.I. Jetman said, sup, Olivia. So
What
there
is
you go.
up?
Look at this. Matthew, member for 34 months.
Matthew.
What?
Matthew like a mod though, so it's not like real.
No, he still has to pay for it.
Okay. Fucking Phil. Oh, you're screaming somewhere else. Fucking Phil Collins.
I always have it up, so I know if I'm. And then.
No, but your screen was like a spreadsheet.
Oh.
Hey,
there
guys, I can't. I have a limit for swearing.
That is true.
You're gonna get my privileges taken away.
Stanley's asking, is Liv, I think, in ASL 2 next year?
American Sign Language?
I don't know.
No, I'm in Spanish 5. Español 5. Okay, so he doesn't like that.
It's not that I don't like that you're in Spanish. It's that you can't fucking speak it. And you're like, Spanish 5.
Yo puedo.
Yeah.
Yo puedo hablar español.
You should be way more fluent in it than what you are. That's.
I speak as a kindergarten level at most.
Yeah,
Same
about
with
that.
English sometimes too.
Well, I get that. Steve Martin, he's a member for 9 months.
Oh, you could have a baby. Fucking Phil Collins.
Okay, well, I don't know where that came from, and
because it's 9 months. And you can
I understand that. I just don't know how you associated those two.
One? The other one, fucking Phil Collins, that I said you're gonna get my privileges taken away.
I don't remember.
Well, you get one too.
All right.
Wow, I'm glad I came here just to sort of-
Tony says, "Speak some Spanish, little girl." No, it's that she doesn't know
How
how
about you
to.
speak some Spanish, Tony?
Tony's as bad as you, but he's not.
It's
It's that you're in Spanish. You're going in Spanish 5.
And did I pass the AP test? Take your bets, guys. It was a no.
Yeah, exactly.
If you took that test, Dad, you wouldn't even be here.
Todd C says Olivia and Tony can talk about punk in Spanish. No, they can listen in Spanish and kind of understand stuff. Neither one of them speak it. He is a real Mexican. He's just a real white Mexican. Anyway, yeah, see, Devil Dog says, no hablo español. I know that one.
See, I knew that one.
There you go. Are you happy?
Mostly just swore the whole time, but you know what? I'm gonna have to get my screen time. Take all the screen time I can get.
You're not even on screen.
All the voice time.
They just hear you.
Yeah,
You could be
this
a
angelic voice.
This angelic voice. Oh my goodness.
Like, oh my God,
Okay, so all right, so Joe RH, what is this?
That's French.
That's French. Okay, well.
Je parlais un peu français. Something about France. Probably French. Je is I.
Yes. Blue Barnella says he's a Mexican American. Mexican American. I don't have that clip, so we have to play it tomorrow on Circle of Jerks. Anyway, Cypher63 saying evening all.
Evening.
Is that what I said?
I'm saying evening though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this show is so derailed. Cooter's Garage jumping in saying yo punk. Okay. No, we are Mexican, Tassi, not Mexicans. Just remember that. Anyway, I think that's about it.
SCR.
What?
SCR.
Assembly required.
Like ass?
Assembly.
Like butt or donkey?
Assembly. That is short for assembly. And then I didn't write. Yeah, I'm positive because I'm the one that wrote it.
You don't really know how to spell though, so I don't know if you know how to spell assembly.
Yeah, I know how to spell assembly. Required might have been a little difficult for me.
Really?
Anyway, 6'10 Yojo Daddy, who truly is 6'10. I think
that's German. Guten Tag.
What?
It says Guten Tag. That's German. That's hello or something. I went to Germany in Epcot.
See, I blame all of you people, because you guys are the ones that encourage her to be like this. I do not.
Be what? Amazing and beautiful and angelic.
Okay, so you adding in angelic is absolutely new. I've heard you say amazing and beautiful.
Make a poll. What is Olivia? Beautiful, angelic, amazing, all of the above. And I better see everyone say all of the above, or else you will be found.
Wow. That you're. I don't think you want the answers.
A joke. And there's no secret other option that says none of them.
Why are 64 of you still watching this?
It's gotta be 70.
I mean, what the hell are you guys still? First off, you don't even see her. You just hear her. So, yes. What do you mean, you people? You know what I meant. I meant what I said. Anyway. Yeah, Blue Brunella says Punk's chat ruining young minds for 4 years. Yeah, pretty much. Olivia also speaks blah 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 blah. No, that's you, Tony. Like every time I talk to you.
Tony speaks paramedic.
I don't think paramedic is a language.
In a way, like, because you know how doctors have like their own language, or like dentists, because they say, "Oh, C42 gotta cavity.
Can, can you guys actually hear her, or does it just sound like me having a conversation?
Do they just understand? Like, can they hear me in their heads because we're so connected? Because everyone likes me so much. What about that one?
Wow, you're something else.
Amazing, angelic, beautiful. I mean, the list goes on.
Okay, so at least you guys can at least hear her.
Or you would seem schizophrenic.
Yeah, people are like, yeah, no, nope, never. I don't hear nothing. This is you talking to someone else.
Why do you look scared, Roman?
It's not AI Olivia, believe me, she's real.
AI could not recreate this.
MCR says she sounds like an adult. She sounds like the adults in the Peanuts cartoon. She has no idea what that is.
Is it because they don't show their face?
No, you would hear voices, but you didn't know what they were saying.
Wait, y'all can't hear me? I gotta speak louder?
No, I know. I think they could hear you.
I'll speak louder if you need.
The Kiwi says, yeah, we can hear your co-host is sounding very angry. I love it.
See, they love me here.
Is that what it is?
Well, yes.
The funny thing is, when I have her on Thursday with a friend, she doesn't really want to talk.
What do you mean on Thursday with a friend?
It took you time before you.
Because I had to watch my mouth.
You don't usually swear. What do you mean you have to watch your mouth?
I say other things that might be a little bit offensive. We are father and daughter. You say some pretty bad jokes sometimes.
Oh, I do not. All my jokes are amazing.
Okay, more offensive jokes.
Listen, I did not say offensive jokes.
Probably not on here. Ask Tony. It's probably a different story.
Listen, if you're offended by one of my jokes, it's you, not me. Are you done?
I was about to burp.
Yeah, don't do that. Tony will tell you how much I hate that too. So you're not the only one.
Yeah, I know. Tony, he's complained about it to me, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, she's now leaving. But you want to hear what she said to me though? This is okay. So we sit down to watch 90210.
Oh wait, run this by me first.
No, I don't have to.
Okay.
So we sit down, we're watching 90210, and I see that there's a glass of pop on the windowsill. We just finished dinner. And I didn't see her drinking anything. And so I see it there, and I go, is that your pop or my pop?
Ow.
And as quick as you can imagine, she goes, that's our pop. Which means that was your pop. I didn't want to pour one for myself, so I just brought it over here.
It was so cold. I already poured.
It was how you said it.
No sotros. That's Spanish for you.
Oh, look at this. Kiwi says, trust me, I have a full house of women. It's not fun.
Well, clearly you're doing something to make it not fun. I bet it'd be fun if it was just...
She's not snitching on me. I told you she would get along with us at Joe Fest.
Well, I hope so. He don't snitch on some of you people, though.
Get out of here.
Ooh, now he wants me gone. You see that, guys? I'm telling the truth. I'm being silenced. Help.
It is only called pop. It is only pop. It is not soda. It is not soda water.
Soda pop. Who calls it soda water? That's all you.
Beardy McBurdison says, I can confirm that teenage daughters are mean to their fathers.
Well, don't let my mom hear that. She say I'm way meaner to her.
You are. Am I
mean to you? What am I mean
You're not mean to me.
Wait, okay, so we just disproved that comment. Keep writing conspiracies, and we will continue to disprove them.
It's okay. So we are again. I know we are way off topic. Yeah, if there even was a topic, I have to tell her because she gets upset because when her mom asks her to go out to lunch or whatever when she's there, she never will. If I ask her, she will. Now, mom doesn't do a good job of hiding her feelings because she gets all butthurt over it. But I'm like, listen, your mom wants to take you out to lunch. Just say yes every now and then.
It's not the lunch I want.
Well, or hey, let's go see a movie, Olivia. No, I don't want to. Oh, anytime your dad says
I don't
so.
want to watch Wicked. I'm sorry.
This
I don't support the anorexia going on in the Wicked community.
okay. And Cooter says it's pop here in Iowa. That's why I like going to assembly
Isn't
required.
Wait, is that Midwest?
Yeah, pretty much. It's the Romans owner show. Sweat and bonus with Phil Collins voice human. Happy Monday to chat room. I can. Anyway, Yojo Daddy says my daughter just said she has Olivia's back. Daughters are the
That's what
best.
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Women supporting women. Let's go.
Okay. Let's get back to our regularly
Hashtag
scheduled
shout out to
program.
that daughter. Hashtag second best daughter out there.
Look at she found she found a way to insult your daughter while she has her back.
No. I didn't insult your daughter. I never said I was the number one daughter out there.
I think
It was just implied. But everyone thought it, so it must be true.
Oh.
But your daughter can be tied with mine. Or wait, with me. Not my daughter. I don't got a daughter.
No, you don't.
Well, they might only want one, so chill.
Oh my goodness. Bearded McBearded says women supporting women. Support your mother and go for lunch with her.
I just did.
She did. And what did you do? You called and bitched about it.
No, I didn't. That was before.
Look, I like this. Lego Star Wars Kid says, Punk, you need Tony to make you an Olivia G.I. Joe custom. Lego Star.
Capture my beauty.
I'm glad you are volunteering Tony to do that. Did you just say he couldn't capture my beauty? Oh my god, dude. Seriously. Yeah, yes, you're right. At this rate, I'm gonna go 4 hours. You're absolutely right.
And there's gonna be an hour that people watch. And it's my hour. Me aura.
Listen, if you want to finish up the next 2 hours, that's good. I can walk away and find something to do.
You could. But I'm like Stan Lee. I do my little pop-ups. But Stan Lee don't do that no more because he's dead. But he used to. In Marvel movies.
Okay, I think they're called cameos, not pop-ups.
I forgot what the name was, so. You just gotta ignore that.
US Combat Dojo wants, did you ever dress up as Barney the dinosaur for your daughter? Fuck no.
Why not?
Machine Man says this is the junior version of Young Punk.
It'd be Punkista. I'm a girl.
Get out of here.
Youngista Punkista.
All right, I love you.
Okay, well, wow. That's me going bye, guys. Wow.
Pop-up videos, yeah.
Wow.
She meant cameos.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I said you have to leave and we dropped like 5 viewers, so maybe you should stick around.
That's what I'm freaking talking about, bro. I be telling you. You think I'm joking? I'm being for real.
She can ramble. I don't know if she can ramble for 3 hours about toys, but she can ramble on for 3 hours. Like, I mean, I can't tell you how many times that she has called me while I'm working and she's like, are you busy? And I'm like, well, I'm working.
It is your fault for saying.
I'm like, I'm working. I can listen to you because I have my Bluetooth in, but I can't really talk.
See, that's
and that's supposed to be the cue of I'm busy, so I really can't. But that's a cue for her to go, oh, okay. And then she just starts going on and on and on. And I'm just listening.
Stuff. You guys would want to know it too.
It is really important.
I could bet you like $1 million to remember one part of it, but it's still very important.
Joe says you want a daughter disappear going for the hug, bro. I did show that one off. Yeah. The one of
I had a double chin there.
Wait.
The one where I was hugged.
Between me and your mom?
Yes.
Yes, I showed him that one.
Yeah, I had a double chin, guys. That doesn't reflect my beauty, though.
Yeah, look, we're losing. Lost 6 more. Goodbye. Love you.
Excuse me, Matthew. Why are you saying bye, Olivia? Ooh, I'm gonna get you.
All right.
Expect a DM.
Don't worry, she's not.
And it'll be hateful. From a punk with toys account. Sorry, a punk with a punkista with toys.
All right.
Watch out.
Anyway, back. Well, it dropped down to 47. I think. All right, go on.
See, this is why Stanley's cameos are pretty short.
Bye. Anyway, let me know, in all honesty, is if it's playing an ad and that's the reason why it dropped. Because YouTube is doing this weird thing, adding ads, and I never want ads during the live streams, as it makes no sense. It ruins everything that's going on. So, where I was at was I was saying thank you, and I said thank you to Dead Man Juan, who I finished recording with Adam, and him and Austin, who was also on there. They were talking about the Maximum series, and I was making comments, and then I needed to talk. And then when I was about to go to bed at midnight, I ended up being up till like 3:30 in the morning. All right. I just want to make sure that was a clean drop. All right. Well, it happens. I didn't, because by the time I got back from Florida, I mean, there was just so much shit that I wasn't even about to. All right, I'm glad there's no ads, because yeah, it's one of those weird things. Ads after, after it's live, but I don't want ads while they're live. I hate it. So anyway, and then I want to say a big thank you to Joe ARH for having me on his show last night. It is here. I will make it private soon for channel members only, but I'd rather you go over to his channel and watch it there. We talked, skateboarding, BMX in the 80s and 90s. Had a great conversation. Talked a little toys, but I enjoy talking about other things. And again, if you get me talking on skateboarding, I think most people know I can go on and on and on and on and on and on about toys. So anyway, whew. Okay, we are now an hour in. I can't believe it. Over an hour in. Assembler required. I mentioned last. I posted a thing on Tuesday. Maybe it was, I don't know when it was. Anyway, decisions were made, and I did make the decision to go back to assembler required. Ed is also going to be going, unless if something falls through with his daughter changing and coming back for the Air Force during that time. But he said as of now, everything is locked in. The hotel's already paid for, because I think because I went through AAA, that certain hotels will upfront charge you. Now I can still cancel, but it's already. Sorry, just an enrollment. It's already paid for, so unless if something really weird happens, I will be at assembly required once again, and I'm looking forward to it. It's a really good show. It's a small show, but Ken from Toy Connections is going. It looks like Wilhelm should be. Ben from Skeletron, the whole Skeletron crew, they're going to be there. The Kooks are going to be there, Mikey and John Kukovic. So there's so many people. Plastic Battles, I think he goes every single year. I know that's why I actually finally met him in person last year. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm assuming Cooter's Garage will probably be there. There's a good chance that the one guy that snubbed me live on air on Friday will be there, and that is SCS Dog. So Cooter says he's planning on going again. So are you, Stu, are you gonna go? Yeah, it's in Des Moines, Iowa. So we will be there, and I'll probably do something again, some sort of drive to assembly required. Doesn't sound as good, right? the drive to AR sounds better. But at this point here, this is where I need to start moving into high gear and putting together the Punkathon. Once again, I'm doing it again this year. Due to me being sick for 4 days at the beginning of the year, I'm actually out of vacation time, going into my Thanksgiving break. So I actually am going back to work that Monday after the Punkathon, and it's going to be rough. But I can only take so many days off and get paid for them, and I'm already losing 1 day by going to AR. So it's going to be interesting that week, because God knows it's rough. But anyway, so Assembly Required is all locked in. If you are planning on going, I would say book right now. It is a lot of fun. It is a small show, but if you are, I would say within, a drivable distance of Des Moines, Iowa, you should go there. It is free on Saturday. Friday, there's early access to it. I think it's like $15 if you want to get it. I will be doing they have like a whole dinner thing and they do trivia, but it's really just, it's a real fun place. You go out for dinner with all these Joe fans, and a lot of guys that it's a different vibe than Joe Fest for sure. Not the same, different. Oh my goodness. You should have went out with her. You want to go? Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play something, and then we'll get into some news, over an hour later. What am I doing? But I got the dog out, and I was going to make sure that she doesn't let him out with skunks, because, oh, God, there's no skunks back here. I'm not a big fan of skunks. Not that anyone is. You know what? We're going to go back to our roots.
Oh, hey guys, what's going on?
Mossman, what are you doing back here?
Oh, you see, so Skeletor, he had to go to the grocery store. He had to go buy more barbecue Pringle chips. And so he's put me in charge here for a little bit. In charge of y'all. He said, man, Mossman, I have to go to the grocery store, so I need to put you in charge of Snake Mountain. Mwahahahaha.
Yes, that's Skeletor. That's Skeletor. Right.
Skeletor said since I was in charge, I could use the credit card and maybe go online and buy some action figures for myself.
Oh, some action figures sound kind of nice.
Yes. Maybe we can go to Big Bad.
Yeah, Beastman, we don't say that around here. We go to HelloDopeToys.com. They have the best prices in town, and they ship everything in one business day. One business day, Beastman. That means I buy it, and it comes to my house super fast, and they pack it all real nice. So when I go to do my YouTube reviews for my 5 subscribers, I'll be like, oh, look at this minty fresh packaged box that I got from HelloDopeToys.com. So what are we waiting for, y'all? Let's go get that credit card and head on over to HelloDopeToys.com right now before they run out of all the good stuff.
All right. If you don't know, that was the first Hello Dope Toys commercial. I don't believe that they're around anymore. I do believe their site is still there. No, they are not back, but I still have the commercials and I needed a break. I did talk to Ted, though. I'm going to be trying to get some more Mossman commercials, especially for the Punkathon. And he's like, hey, I need some time to brainstorm. And so I think you and I are going to have to maybe work with Ted to make sure he can produce some pretty good Mossman commercials. So anyway, Cookster says, is that Tony's Mossman or is that a different figure? Okay, that is the original Mossman. Okay, that is the original Mossman from Hella Dope Toys. Mossman is not my thing. I know a lot of people think that it is my thing. It never was. Mossman wasn't even like the Adventures of Mossman. It was the Adventures of Skeletor. So if you go to Hella Dope Toys page, there's like three different videos of the Adventures of Skeletor, and Mossman was the breakout hit. I asked if I could use it as exclusive rights. So it's become my thing more than anything, but it's not mine. And the Mossman that Tony has, that thing is, he can't get rid of it because it was given to him. But that thing may give him cancer. Because Mossman died for our sins. Anyway, let's talk about it and look what we're going to start off with. A little bit of Masters of the Universe. I forget how to do this. Some little bit of Masters of the Universe news. And that is Date Night Skeletor. And I know we kind of covered this before, but I just saw this is one of the SDCC exclusives. This looks awesome. The jacket actually looks pretty good on him. And what I mean by that is it doesn't seem to be too big. We got this small little panther right there. You notice he has the Havoc staff, which you gotta love right there. But this is fun. I'm probably going to be ordering all of these. I believe either Wednesday or Thursday. The Skelebro goes up for sale. So, and it's like $50. Like, it's kind of expensive. We're complaining. Whoa, what the hell are you doing, Roman?
It doesn't smell right.
No?
Okay, because he ran out of skunk and the skunk did, because it was on the other side of the fence. I couldn't see it at all. And I swore it was a skunk.
It was probably a cat.
It looked white and black.
Well, there's white and black cats around.
And it had the skunk too. And he ran. And then he wouldn't come by me. I was like, Roman, come here.
You would smell him. No, he
So
doesn't.
that's what I was hoping.
Yeah, he does not smell like skunk. We probably have to put a chain on him from now on. Anyway.
Because he bad when he sees animals. He bad.
No, he saw one the other day and just sat there and didn't go after it.
Okay, well, remember the groundhog incident?
Yeah, you don't let me forget that.
Yeah, because you let that happen.
All right.
Horrible.
So anyway, Skeletor looks pretty cool. I think the soft goods look really good. It fits. If you've seen the movie, it fits. NHN Sound says, do you get upset when Bees Battlegrounds gets all the new G.I. Joe figures before you? No, I don't. It doesn't bother me at all. We've talked about it before. Like, people are going to watch. There are people that wait for my reviews. There's people that wait for his reviews. No, it doesn't bother me at all. Because again, understand, I have all the options to get stuff early if I wanted to. The same way everyone does, to be honest. Like, we all have the ability if we want to pay the extra amount when they come early. And I also have Canada right next to me, which I can go get stuff, and I don't always. So, yes, Tony says, if you're not first, you're moody. Oh, you said last. You did spell moody wrong. Anyway, but I like this. This is just a fun, and it can be used with everything. Yes, Ricky Bobby. And this is true. Second place is the first loser. Yes, believe me. But yeah, this is again, it can be used with everything. It can be used with it's just fun to do pictures or videos with characters in different franchises. And because it's Chronicles, it should fit with the regular figures. By the regular figures, I said. It should fit with 6-inch figures, not the 7-inch figures. So. But as you can see, I think I'm going to get all of these just because they're just fucking fun. That's what toys are supposed to be. McFarlane Toys, he's trying to get as much stuff out as possible. I did send Tony a video of somebody that said the rumor is there's like 2 big waves that are being axed because he's not going to be able to get them done. But he does have these ones coming out, and these ones are repaints. At least I believe they are. I know Red Hood. I believe my son. I already have one for my son. I believe I have this one. But this is the show exclusive. We have the Killer Wog. And this guy looks nasty. He looks nasty as shit. Which is in a good way. We have a Blue Lantern. I believe that's John Stewart as the Blue Lantern. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's who that is. I don't know who this guy is. I believe this is some. Is this some sort of version of Nightwing? Someone in the comments tell me. Tony says, I won the pool tournament last Thursday. Pool cleaning? The pool sweeping tournament? Definitely white. Oh, definitely White Lantern Kyle. Okay. But he's so mad. Tony's dad is a pool shark. And I'm not lying. He is a total pool shark. I don't know, dude. The mask looks like Nightwing's mask. And considering he's white, it just looks. Anyway, yes, it was rigged. Tony, if you ever come here, I will take you and I will have you go up against my buddy Tony. He won for his division of 50 in the state of Michigan. He came in number 1 in like 2 different categories. He won all the tournaments. I meant to send it over to you. Anyway, and then we have, I believe this is the question. You see a little question right there. But yeah, this is again, you're coming to the end, man. This is the end for all you McFarlane fans of the DC, and soon we'll get some good DC figures. And then Wildcats. Now, I have a feeling we're going to see. I mean, this is where he really should be pushing right now. He should always be pushing his Spawn, which I feel like he doesn't. And he really should be going. He should be trying to go deep with the image stuff. I've seen the Savage Dragon, which looks really cool. I have no connection to it, but it's a pretty good looking figure. He just needs to modernize. He's doing this BlackBerry thing, man. Nintendo, like, we're on top, and I don't need to change. You need to fucking evolve. Every other company has done it. You don't want to. And the thing is, your figures are no longer $20. They've gone up in price. So it's time to, he needs to change things if he wants to stick around. Boss Fight Studios. And this Red Sonja dropped it. I'm sorry. Every single Red Sonja they've dropped, I think, looks awesome. The steampunk one, the regular one, which I reviewed. I can't justify $50 or $60 for the same figure over and over for a property I'm not really into, but this one just looks good. Their face sculpts are awesome. They do such a good job with the face sculpts. This one doesn't seem as problematic as the original Red Sonja, which was completely nude and everything moved around. But it looks good. Again, Boss Fight Studios has done an awesome job, and I can't see them getting any worse with the people they've hired. We've all seen what Lenny does, but Corey is such a good sculptor, and he kills it. Again, for the price, And what I mean for the price, I mean for as many as they've given. I'm not a Red Sonja or Conan like collector, or I'd be buying every single one of these. So, Allison's talking about McFarlane says, I opened his Golden Age Wonder Woman page figure finally today. It's a terrible figure as far as a figure. It's a nice statue when it's not falling over. Part of me wants to say you're making jokes, but also I know you're not. But anyway, and Grizzlehorn says he wants this one. They again, I think they just do a really good job. So, if you don't have a Red Sonja figure, they have like 4 of them right now, and they're all good. Like they're all using a very similar buck. It almost looks like this one here. Maybe they've tightened up on some of the joints, especially around the waist and everything. That's like the legs and everything were kind of janky and loose on the one that I have. But all the stuff it comes with a lot of the stuff that came with the original one. I like this one. I kind of like the torso. I like the way that it looks. If I look at the stuff too long, then I start convincing myself I should order it. Carlos says, I like the disco ball shirt. They finally give her armor and then people make fun of her. Anyway, 4 Horsemen is dropping. I believe this is for like, I don't know if this was for SDCC. Again, I was kind of busy this weekend. So I didn't do as much research as I should have. Okay, this is sometimes I do research, sometimes I don't. But this half skeleton, half knight, depending on what you want it to be, looks awesome. I'm really started to walk away from the Mythic Legion stuff. I'm too far into the Operation Monster Force stuff. Anything Skeletron's doing, obviously, the Classified and Marvel Legends. I don't need a lot of different knights and stuff, but their stuff just looks so good. But I still will complain about their articulation, which really takes a hit. But this looks awesome. Like, in all honesty, man, like, this shit is just fucking, it's great. And if I was all in, if I'm going fantasy, you have, the 4 Horsemen, you have what Boss Fight Studios doing, you have Savage Crucibles, and then obviously you can work the new Master of the Universe Chronicle line into all of this. There's so many good properties, and to mix and match them is so it's really nice in my opinion that everyone has the ability to do stuff like this. So but anyway, Jim Smith says, after the Mythic Legion nonsense, I would never buy a Red Sonja, and I'm not even a Mythic fan. Okay, well, with that said, now, and I understand what you're saying. That was not a Boss Fight Studios thing, and you didn't say Boss Fight Studios, so I'm hoping that you understand that. And if your thing is, hey, I'm not buying anything Red Sonja because of how they acted, and if that means that Boss Fight isn't getting my money because they have the property, then you are absolutely in the correct. When I do hear something like this, I just want people to understand from my knowledge and from I think everyone else that Boss Fight Studios had nothing to do with that. But you have every right to say that about what they did. Like it was absolutely ridiculous that the estate of Red Sonja acted that way, doing what they did. It makes no sense whatsoever. And so Jim says, Jim is saying Boss Fight will get my money with, and again, I actually respect you saying something like that. People know where I stand on certain companies, that I will not give them my money. And hey, we work hard for our money. So I have no issues with that. I just like I said, I just like to make sure people know. My understanding, Boss Fight had nothing to do with that. But that whole debacle was fucking stupid. BX Medic jumping in and saying, "Sup, punk?" Hope all is well. It is as well as it can be. Um, Great to see. I haven't seen you since since Joe Fest. I don't think you've been in the chat, so great to see you back here. Um, it was actually great meeting you. Like I said, we haven't really chatted or anything. Um, the only stoic guy, we're talking about some dude decapitating himself with a chainsaw. Um, the only one. Grizzlehorn says, "I get protecting your IP though. It's not. It wasn't protecting the IP. It was how they went about it. It was them harassing people. Um, it was them harassing people that were like showing it, sharing it off, saying that they want it. That was the issue. It was how they went about it. You're absolutely correct, man. You have every right to protect your IP. And when you look at the Four Horsemen, the photos they did, they were recreating a Red Sonja movie that no one even knew existed. And I mean that, but it was, yeah, that's, and again, yeah. So yeah, you're saying yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, they were DMing people. It let's just say it was how they went about it. And if their thing was, hey, they would have if it would have come out, hey, they reached out to Four Horsemen and said, you can't do that. That is, we know what you're doing, but unfortunately, someone else has the IP for us. We appreciate what you're doing, but we can't let you do this. That would be one thing. But yeah, they were harassing people. So, Matthew says Red Sonja officially went after anyone posting Mythic Legion's female barbarian photos with the red hair. And that's just a shit way of doing business. And Boss Fight, and I think everyone would agree, Boss Fight Studios, they're the ones that took the hit because people thought it was Boss Fight doing it, and it wasn't. Lone Dragon jumping in and saying, "Hey, Jetman Cooter." But yeah, it was just, yeah, it was a debacle. But I agree, like there's two ways to look at it, and I'm all for protecting your own IP. You created it. It's way different when you start harassing the basic people. Anyway, here's more of this. Again, I think this thing looks awesome. So if it's something you feel you need, pick it up, have fun, play with your toys, touch grass. I wouldn't take a lot of cloth goods figures out in the grass and mud. Ed would, because he's a heathen, but you all know that already. So here's everything that it does come with, so you can create different characters. Again, the wear on this looks awesome. This right here, when you see the soft goods, this is exactly what Mephisto should have had. They should have made the wired cloth cape the same as they did with Maximum Thor, and put detail into it and got rid of the two capes that it came with. So yeah, it's one of those really. I just think this looks good. Allison says, and Red Sonja rights holder own Red Sonja. They don't own red-haired barbarian women. If they tried to do that legally, it wouldn't have been particularly successful. The problem is the photos that they took were specifically from Red Sonja. I think the Red Sonja movie. They posed it exactly the same as that. So that is where, in my opinion, that's where they made a mistake. Because they ended up putting that head out just in a Cosmic Legion thing. But when they actually posed it, and again, Four Horsemen is known, they do tributes to people. Unfortunately, there was someone that didn't want to play nice with them. All right, I put this in here because Hasbro is going to be doing the Legend of Zelda line, and I have no idea what it is yet. Um, I don't know why. I'm surprised that another major company hasn't been producing really good Nintendo characters. We've seen Jax, I think it's Jax Pacific, that's been doing, the Mario figures. They look awesome. With the success of Epic, Epic Universe, and that Super Nintendo Land, I don't know how they, I don't know how Universal isn't working on a Legend of Zelda Land. To go into with that, with the whole Super Mario, Super Nintendo world. They need to, and so this is just a line. I think a Metroid line would be awesome. Legend of Zelda, again, you can either do them like, you know, the video games, or you can make them to fit in with, um, your Mythic Legions, your Motu, stuff like that. They totally have the ability to do this, and this would fit in perfectly. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do. That's the only reason why I threw this in here. Mezco. Now, I was busy, tied up on a fucking plotter. If people know what a plotter is, that's where people do the big drawings, like 3 foot, 3 foot drawings and stuff. So I missed this, and I'm kind of glad because I would have bought it. So we have a Doc Nocturnal, and this is probably the best looking one. Let's be honest, they will probably do another one. I got a Doc Nocturnal back there that I really wanted. This one just looks better. Look how badass this looks. I don't need this figure, but damn, do I want one. And I have a love-hate with Mezco. I'm openly honest and mention that. But this is man, this figure looks so damn good. And I definitely would have I probably would have ordered it for $120. So but yeah, this is good. Again, the Mezco, people love or hate it. Some people have a love-hate relationship with it. This guy, because of, let's just hope nothing breaks when you get it, or you're missing something, because you ain't ever getting shit. But yeah, but you can still get on the wait list. It's $120, but after you order from Mezco, if you get it from the wait list, you're looking at $146. Actually more than that because of tax, but their shipping is $16. Grizzlehorn says, this figure looks fantastic, and I wasn't busy, so my idle hands made me buy it. I actually talked to Ed the day this went up because we were trying to figure out what was going on for Assembly Required. I'm sure they'll do another version of this. This looks so fucking good. Like, seriously, this is one of the best looking figures. The detail that's in it, and also knowing like what Mezco puts into their stuff, like how it looks, their detail. This could easily be one of the best figures that I've seen shown off in 2026. So go get on the wait list if you have an extra $150 to spend. Like Grizzlehorn right here. But yeah. So and then you have a Bruce Wayne head. I mean, that does look like Bruce Wayne in many ways. So everything that it comes with will be shown somewhere. There's like 16 pictures. Now, don't get me wrong. The they leave their articulation to be um something to be desired. But matter of fact, looking at Phantom Knight, it kind of looks like one of the Batman comics. The way it was written. Tatsy says Mezco equals hell no. Do you have any Mezco? Because having one in hand will change your mind on it. And I really do mean that. It will change your mind on the Mezco figures. So here's everything that you're going to get. A couple of different head sculpts. You obviously get the flight stand, all the different hands, and then all these different accessories. And again, all these swords, most of these swords, okay, a lot of the swords, I keep having to go down, are shaped like crosses. But again, they do such a good job when it's done properly. But yeah. All right, G.I. Joe. Not much to really talk about. I told you this is gonna be a short episode, and Olivia did a great job of stringing it along, right? Carlos says, and how many years will it take for them to deliver? And as Matthew says, since it's Rumble Society, it will be delivered promptly. So if you don't know about Mezco, go back here real quick. When it's the Rumble Society, it's usually on hand. So they usually have it in hand and they will ship it out like right away. When you are talking about a Thor, a G.I. Joe, those are going to take, I think it took 3 years to get Destro. So they put that stuff up and then they have it made. This stuff is already ready to go. Except for the fucking Rumbler, which don't get me started on. All right, G.I. Joe. So it's a little bit of G.I. Joe news, and I do mean a little bit. Again, I think there's a lot of stuff that's being held for San Diego Comic-Con. We've already seen what's being shown, what's been shown off. So, but Super 7, they want to show you that, hey, stuff made in the 80s still look better than what we make. So if you want a Trouble Bubble, and I am interested to see what they're going to do. And what I mean by that is I'm interested to see if they are willing or if they're going to do something and try and redo the mothership again. Because they've already grabbed the figures that were supposed to come with it. These are Trouble Bubbles that were going to be included with it. They look like boxes. They kind of look like fucking Cybertrucks. They're the Cybertruck of the sky, I guess you could say. I actually kind of like the Cobra Trooper, and we know we'll get some of those. But the regular one, the regular Trouble Bubble, that is the BBTS exclusive. It does not come with Dr. Mindbender. The other one is the San Diego Comic-Con. Now, I don't know why anyone needs that, but then Classified also did it. So if you are interested, you're going to have to search for it. I think they're $50 for the whole thing. I think that's what somebody said they were. Cooking with Eric says, I waited forever for Mezco Snake Eyes. You're talking about the one with Timber? Because the other one shipped pretty much right after San Diego Comic-Con. M. Hatfield says, just recently picked up a Mezco Red Hood figure. Absolutely awesome to see it up close. Yeah, I wish I would have ordered that one. I do. I wish I would have ordered that one for my son. Skunkworks jumping in and saying, yo, Joe says, of all the Trouble Bubbles, these are two of them. Allison Troy says, Trouble Bubbles are more durable than Maybe Trouble Bubbles, but I don't know about Trouble Bubbles made by Super 7 because we all know about their quality. Matthew says, I got my snake eyes with Timber pretty quick. I don't remember. I remember Destro took forever, but I got him through BBTS. Roadblock took forever. I know that. Then I think after that, they got a little bit better with them. So anyway, here's the box. I will give them credit. They do the boxes properly. They still says a real American hero after it. It has the Python Patrol. I don't know why people are they call it the Trouble Bubble, not the Flight Pod, or I don't really understand why that's a big thing with some people. But all their boxes, to their credit, are made to fit right into the Real American Hero line. Because technically they are somewhat of a continuation of it. I think it's kind of funny that the box art shows the Trouble Bubble looking different, as if they put articulated wrists on their figures, they could actually have handles like this, so they would fit in there. But because they won't do anything to progress, they don't get that. So here it is, looking like a box. Oh, I'm sorry, but look at I look at this box and I know it's artwork. It looks fucking badass. And then when I look at the actual thing, you're just like, really? I think Joe put it best. Of all the Trouble Bubbles, these are two of them. I really wish that they have a chance to run with this and do a great job with O-Ring, and they're making O-Ring. That's the best way to put it. Where the other companies like Delta 17, Call Sign Longbow, I don't want to say Call Sign Longbow only because they haven't come out. But Operation Recall, they're progressing it. So, all right. Here's everything: the removable missiles, see-through canopy, jet-propelled flight pod, authentic details, laser cannon, O-ring construction, Cobra Trooper pilot, and steering bars. And then we get to the one thing that one of the worst kept secrets was Sergeant Slaughter and the Triple T. I gotta say, I don't think some of us have actually seen shots of this, not just the inputs. It looks better than the digital render. I will say that. It does have working treads. There are no working lights, so Baldy you can fuck off. Certain things are meant to come off, so the canopy can come off. The winch part, like that grill guard there, it can come off. So you can create your original Triple T if it bothers you that this isn't the exact same. It is reusing, from what I can see, and I think most people can see it, remolds of the miniguns that came with the Hiss. I believe the missiles are reuse of something. I believe that those reuse someone else. Maybe not a winch. The tow hooks right there. I said winch, tow hooks. So those tow hooks, I believe, come off, is what I had heard. And then the back, the back here, I'm like moving it, like you can see. So the back piece there where the engine was at, that folds down and you can actually put a person on it. So there are certain aspects to it. The detail of um, the detail inside the cockpit is really nice. You can see different displays, the same way they've always done their stuff. So it's one of those things where I think people are gonna like it. Sarge does fit in with the cockpit closed. You can see it. I like the way they put the handles on it. They made some things, they made some changes to it, which I think they should have because it's classified up. And then you have the optical ball right there at the top there. So that's where you can pretty much, run your miniguns from there. And I'm assuming that minigun probably comes off so he can carry it if you really wanted to. Quickly, Joe ARH says Delta 17 will be doing vehicles. Well, they are working on a Hind helicopter. They're sculpting it now. They do have some stuff they want to do. When they're going to, I don't know, but they do have ideas for it. Oh, you know what? You're right. They're scrap iron missiles. You are absolutely correct. They look like they're scrap iron missiles. And so the missiles actually do, like, there is so you see how it goes down into it? There is a crevice for the missiles right there. So they kind of drop down into it. I don't know if there's pegs on the side for characters. You can see there's a handle on it. So there are, so the person can, hold on to it as the missile, launches and blows off their foot. But putting a canopy on it, giving it something different, but allowing you the same way they did with the Hiss, where you can change it, I think is good. Into Mystery says, I like this better than the original. Still not ordering one. No, and again, like, it's not for everyone. I think that it's updated enough that it works. I think it's updated enough that it works. And again, putting on that canopy does change it. But again, giving people the ability to take it off so they don't lose their fucking minds is good. But the back piece, like folding down, having detail, it has pegs so you can pop figures onto it. It does have working treads. Now, how well they're going to work, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to work well enough. There are some people that said, hey, you know what? I would have been happy if they just had, pretty much did what they did with Scrap Iron's drone. So the Sergeant Slaughter, a lot of people have referred to it as Night Force. It's not Night Force. People want the USA. So my understanding is that it was costed out. And that's the only reason why. It sounds like Sarge has a contract where they're probably going to be pushing out one figure a year. And I'm sure you'll probably get the USA. I don't know why they wouldn't. It's, in my opinion, it's the most iconic one that everyone seems to know. And there's nothing wrong with, USA. Steven says this is probably it should be $110, I believe. I don't see why it would not be in the $110 price point, because this is not as big as, I mean, lengthwise, I don't think this is nearly as big as the Stinger or the All Striker. It's obviously going to sit a little bit higher. But yeah, I guess, when you're looking at this, I think we all knew we were going to get it. And I think Sarge looks fine. And we were talking about it, I think, on Punk's Pit, where there's a lot of people said, hey, you know what? I don't need that many Sarges. Or maybe it was actually yesterday on on Joe's channel when I was on there with him. And it is the one thing that is difficult, right? That, how many versions of Sarge can you have? And being the fact that this is a real person, he signs a contract. Whatever the contract says, I don't know, but I believe you're probably looking at, we are now in what, year 6. And I'm not sure when he signed the contract. It was not right away, I don't believe. But you also have the Transformer crossover, which probably counts as one. But yeah, so it's interesting. I don't know what else they can use this for, but I'm sure they're going to. I did see someone. Oh my god! It looks like one of the old wheeled warrior Dude, you're fucking right. You think someone Chase and the real wheeled warriors? Okay, so anyone that doesn't know what you're talking, Chase and the wheeled warriors. Maybe someone will make some 3D printed accessories for it. Chase and the Wheeled Warriors were awesome. I just like to say that. Carlos says, I'm going to put a John Deere sticker on the Triple T. I did say Triple H, didn't I? But yeah, this is, again, it's something they were going to do. It is a mid-sized to small vehicle. So, I saw some of my. Carlos says they could still do USA Sarge with a Night Force version of the triple. Yeah. I think a Night Force Triple T might look really good. Like a nice, almost black one. That might look really, really good. Well, I mean, to each their own. I don't think that you are in the. I don't think you're in the majority, but I do understand what you're saying. Jeremy Kimberlin says Triple T was repainted for Night Force called Night Raider. I expect that with Night Force Outback. I did not know that. I didn't know that at all. And Gangstar jumping in saying, "What's up, guys? Any idea of the price?" Like I said, I believe this is going to be $110. So I don't think that it's going to be higher than that. So, but I don't see, it being $150. So, I mean, I know people think that Hasbro is a greedy corporation, and I'm not saying they're not. I think all corporations in some way are greedy, and it's literally why they're corporations. But they try and hit things in a price point, and I don't think that $150 is justified for this, especially with the, reusing Sergeant Slaughter. All the tooling truly went into the John Deere truck. I do say that I will say this. I always like to imagine, like, with certain things that I see, like different vehicles, like if you were in a zombie apocalypse, what would be great? This would be great. You're completely covered, so zombies can't get at you. You have two mini guns that you can just kind of wipe them out. You can drive over them with your treads. So you're good there. And you can probably sleep in this thing for the most part. Grizzle One says, I hope those treads tread. They're supposed to. Cooking with Eric says, it looks like it rolls. So there's that. Well, I mean, it should roll. I mean, the tread's got to do some work. Again, anyone that has the hiss knows that you don't. They move, but they move to a point. You're not going to be whipping that thing across the floor. There's no doubt about that. Viper Scout says, Buzzbore, the ultimate zombie apocalypse vehicle. I never had one, but I did buy the Master Universe Roton for like $1.79 from Target, and I'm gonna be using it for a Roton. So, no, it is. Yeah, no, the treads actually work. Yeah, there's no wheels underneath it. The treads do work. I can guarantee you that. So Gangster says, at least we know we will probably get a tank next year with the treads and the sprockets. And yes, the treads do work. I'm not so sure about a tank. I think eventually they'll have to address putting a tank in the line, whether it be a HasLab or made to order. But there's a lot of downfalls when it comes to a tank, and that is not being able to show off all the characters. As much as people love the ramen tank, and you have every right to love it, I think it's designed very nicely. The figures sitting in the cockpit, you don't see them. To do photography, you have to take it off, and then, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to do photography like that, because now you're seeing everything else that's around it. So I think eventually you have to make a tank. Got to make sure they can fit it in the proper price point. There are people that want it. Again, most Joe collectors are just that, Joe collectors. They don't care about ramen making one. They don't care about someone else making one. They don't care about a 3D printed one. They want one that Hasbro is actually making. So I agree that this is why the Fortnite boat is the ultimate vehicle. I don't know if it's the ultimate vehicle, but it was way better than it should be. GI Jetman says, I know it's a lame vehicle, but I want a classified pogo. I do not. I do not. High Hits Piece says, honestly, Pimp My Ride went nuts on this golf cart. Color me impressed. No, and ramen is making awesome stuff, and I'm just saying in general, having a tank is problematic for what you're going to see inside. With the hiss, you can see inside a Dragonfly Rattler when the Snow Cat comes out, but again, a tank is actually, you are not supposed to be able to get in the tank. So, and this was one of the things that Krusty O'Crow, in his review, he talked about it, and I've talked to him. He said that's the most problematic thing. You don't really get to see inside of it to do photography. So, but anyway, this is what was there, and that's it. That's all I have. I don't really have much more, but I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk a little bit about SDCC and what you're excited for. So get ready to tell me what you're excited for when it comes to SDCC, and if there's anything. You might not be excited about anything. Hell, you might not even know what's coming. Hell, I might not really even know what's coming.
Idiots! Incompetent buffoons! What is it now, Commander? Consummate morons, incapable of coherent thought! Are you watching that show again?
Yes.
Why didn't you just watch Pop Blender and Matthew's discussions, news, reviews before the show came out? Whether you agree or disagree, the perspectives provide enough context to know if the show or movie is worth your time or not. Yes, I know. I will not miss another Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central on Pop Blender's channel. Be more than once a man by watching Pop Blender and Matthew talk about pop culture, news, discussions, and reviews on Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And now you know. Televiper, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe so we do not miss another episode, and hit that bell notification.
Fired? Have you recently lost your job with a major toy manufacturer? Tariffs got you down? You may be entitled to sharing your story on a major media streaming outlet. We want you to dish the dirt. Call Circle of Jerks at 900-555-0979. We will exploit you for our personal gain. That number again is 900-555-0979. Circle of Jerks. Every client gets a cookie.
All right. Chaz, that was not enough time for me to drop the kids off. Believe me, that was not enough time. I need a lot more than that. Richard Sampson jumping in saying, "Hey, Punk." And Gangster says, "I am excited for Thunder Machine. I hope it has real working lights and siren lights." I don't know. I mean, I don't. Who knows if we're really getting one? That's a pretty bad secret too. But I think again, Lenny was so big into the Dreadnoks. And I think it's one of the most iconic things. But you can only do, again, what can you do with the Thunder Machine? Are you going to do an Eco Warrior Thunder Machine? Are you going to do a Street Fighter Thunder Machine? That's the biggest thing when it comes to that. So, but will it transform into Soundwave? I have not heard anything about that. I think we're all excited to see Snowcat. I mean, at least us who bought it, that's for sure. Yes, we are getting everything. That's the funny thing, is these people act like there's one person for sure that posts in every single G.I. Joe group, "We need this now." Like, no. You realize, like, if they made everything in classified that we had in a Real American Hero plus some stuff in 2 years, and they made it in a 2-year span, first off, very few people have the money to buy it all, and it would sit there and go on clearance, and then the line would be dead. Like, they're going to get to it. If you really, and again, I've heard nothing about a Fang, but if you really don't think that they're going to give you a Fang, that they're not going to make a Fang, what are you thinking? They're going to make a Fang. If you don't think they're going to make a Skyhawk, you don't think that they can look at how people have gone nuts over Fans Hobbies Fang? They're gonna make one. Just people need to calm down and not say we need this right now. No, very few people could afford everything right now. So, but anyway, Lego Star Wars Kid says, "I will be excited about a G.I. Joe classified HasLab Sky Striker 2027. You will not be excited because I don't see that ever happening." I'll be on. I wouldn't. It would be a Sky Striker would be so big, and you want to talk about being problematic with space? I don't know where I would put a Sky Striker. I know that I don't have enough room. I know at some point you get to the point where it's like I just don't have the space. I don't have the room. But yeah. So there's not a lot of vehicles that I liked after 88, 89. The Desert Fox is one that I recently got, and it is a really cool figure. It's broken. Like, the wheels are broken, so it doesn't have the drive shaft on it. It doesn't matter. I'm not playing with it. I really like that. And I think that would be really, really cool. There is no doubt about that. I think that would be really cool. Steven says, I'm not huge into Transformers, but the Gem Blaster is the coolest thing I've seen so far for SDCC. I don't think I've seen it. I mean, I know it's there. I don't think I've seen it yet. I know there was an uproar about people losing their minds. Ace's, yeah, it's huge. It's it's absolutely huge. Now, I would see a conquest. I think they would do a conquest before they would do a Sky Striker, just because of size. I don't ever see a Sky Striker or a Night Raven being done. I just don't see how it is feasibly possible, knowing that space, it's not money. Money is not the problem. Okay. People have proven that with these 3D printed things. It's space. And people will buy one gridiron vehicle. They will buy one tank from Ace and Ramen. They will buy 5 from Hasbro. And that's just it's a space killer. Because there's a lot of people that want to open them, not just people just want to sell them. So Lego Star Wars says, I just have 4 spots left in my house for 4 classified Sky Strikers. So Gangster says, hey guys, what's with us getting 2 snake armors? They showed us Crimson armor picks, but some people are saying we are getting a Dire Tech one. Also, I don't think Hasbro will drop 2 snake armors. Okay, so that is something that fucking Viper Island put out there because it was rumored by other people. And I have heard nothing that says that we are getting a Dire Viper snake armor. They've announced the Crimson. There is at least one more Dire Viper. I'm sorry, there is one more Dire Tech figure. It's not a Dire Viper. Dire Viper is the ghost. There is at least one more Dire Tech figure that I know of. It is not the snake armor. I'm not saying that they're not going to make one because that was a rumor that I had also heard. But there's been nothing confirmed by it. So listen, when you see that Viper Island reports it, understand he just goes and he listens to what other people say. He gives no one else credit. He is not in the know. And I can tell you for a fucking fact he is not in the know because he is not like that fucking Hasbro. There was 18, 19 of us that got to hear he's not fucking like that Hasbro. All right. And when people say that they don't like the guy because of his antics, I get to find out what a real piece of shit he is. And not just for him, nuking my channel. We really got to find out what a piece of shit he is. And I'll just leave it at that. You want to know more, you come to Joe Fest and you can fucking hear the stories. But anyway, yeah, so you see stuff from him, don't believe it, man. Don't believe the stuff. I'm not saying that everything that he puts out is fake or false. He does get stuff from specific people because, like we all do. And there's certain guys that know this. If I wanted to be that channel, if I wanted to run with it and be the breaking news channel, I could do what some of these other people are doing. This never what my channel was built about. It was supposed to be built around. And also there is a specific thing about people having the trust in you that you won't go out and say something when they're told, hey, you are not allowed to say anything. This is in confidence. This was told specifically to me, and you can't say anything. Those are the things that, they're supposed to be kept to yourself. It's one of those things that once it gets out to the masses, that's when you'll hear specific people that will confirm or deny it. And most people won't even deny it. They'll be like, that is not what I've heard. Others will say, hey, you know what? I can confirm that. So, Hi, It's Me says, Punk's channel is built around 30-minute chats with off-screen family members. Facts. Into Mystery says his AI concept of art. Listen, no AI is. Listen, I fucking hate AI, and designers hate it too. It's dude. Anyone can ask a computer to make something that looks fucking awesome. Give me something real. I just got to say that. Like it's there's so many issues with it. Palpatine jumping in and saying greetings, brother and chat. How are you doing? No, Baldilocks did a review of his buddy's 3D printed Sky Striker, and he ran around and he showed how big it was. I don't think he did it on how they could do one. He was showing you how big it was, and you notice there's also an APC on that picnic table. It's huge. Lego Star Wars says the Sky Striker is the most iconic G.I. Joe vehicle. How can they not make it? I don't think it's most iconic, but it is one of them. And the reason why is because of the size of it. I mean, that's truly what it comes down to. It's the size. It's not that they wouldn't want to. It's the Sky Striker. Here's the thing that you have to understand about the Sky Striker. And I may be talking to you, and you may already know this. The original Sky Striker for Real American Hero was already scaled down. Is already scaled down from an F-14 Tomcat. And people can sit there and say, well, does it really matter? They can still do it the same size. But Lenny had talked about it, and I talked about this, and not being a designer, is that one of the things about all these vehicles, they can't just be scaled up to, just up just a little bit. They have to be scaled a little bit bigger because the O-ring figures didn't have big shoulders, and you can wiggle them in. You can't do that with classified figures. So when you take the Snowcat and you put two figures side by side, it makes it that much bigger. So if you're looking at, let's say, the Sky Striker, you'd probably have to make the cockpit a little bit wider. So those figures, they fit in there properly. To make it wider, you also have to extend it to make it look proper. So there's a lot more to it than just, in my opinion, just scaling it up and being like, hey, it's very iconic. And I'm with you. To me, there will never be a better looking fighter plane than the F-14 Tomcat. Some people will argue. I'm sorry. I think it is the greatest looking fighter plane, from when the wings are open to when they're swept in. And yes, Top Gun did a lot for that, but there's a lot of other movies and iterations that the F-14 is in, because it is a carrier plane. It is a bomber and a fighter, right? So it's one of those things where, yeah, it hits so many things. I've fallen in love with the F-22, and of course I fall in love with it as they're getting ready to to discontinue it. But I would love to see them do it, but I just don't think they can. So this is an interesting one. They do the Cobra Ice Wolf. I think it's just called the Cobra Wolf. Was it called the Ice Wolf? I never had. I have one, but it's actually my son's, and it was the reissue one years later, obviously. This would have been smart to do instead of the Arctic Hiss, which was supposed to be a Crimson Hiss. That's kind of like well-known knowledge, that it was supposed to be the Crimson Hiss, and they dropped it. I think a Warthog would be awesome. I think an APC would be too big, so doing a Warthog would fit in a high price point. It doesn't have to be Sergeant Slaughter. It could be someone else. But I think the Warthog would be awesome. And you kind of get an idea of, when you look at the Gridiron version, of what they could do with it. So And Payne's Toy Sambo jumping in here saying, "Hey kids, yes, that's it right there. The final countdown was the one that I was trying to think of. And Robotech, yeah, you're right. Robotech, even though it technically wasn't an F-14, it's clearly built and made off of the F-14, right? Devil Dog says they'll discontinue the F-22 until the F-47 runs into massive setbacks. Then the F-22 will be back on the list of jets they'll keep for another 50 years. I don't think so because of the F-35. The F-35, which looks like a fat version of the F-22. It's a stealth, it's a stealth fighter right there that can be versatile. But who knows, right? I mean, how long have they been discontinuing, or how long have they been going to take the A-10 out of the military? And they keep telling, no, we need it for ground assault. And it's ground support. Well, you have all the helicopters. And I don't want the A-10s because I see them flying around my house all the time. They're fucking badass. Anyway. Woo! Thousands Wolf jumping in here saying, well, Gridiron has a Warthog. But again, people want the Hasbro version. And I've talked about that before. They want that. And not everyone, but the majority of Joe fans, again, I will continue to say that they're G.I. Joe fans. They're not Ramen Toy fans. They're not Valaverse fans. They're not Operation Monster Force fans. They just want that. So, I don't think they'll ever release it as an A-10, but I'm sure, I have a feeling we're going to get another version of the Rattler. And I'm sure we're going to get a Tigerfly. And again, I hope I'm wrong. If they are going to do another Dragonfly, I might be in the minority, and I think I am. I would rather have a Locust than a Dragon or than a Tigerfly. The Locust just looks better. I don't care what anyone says. If you know what the Locust is, go look up G.I. Joe Locust. It is the beige version of the Dragonfly, and it just looks better than a Tigerfly. And it's hard to argue. I think the Tomahawk is too big. I think the Tomahawk is too big, but this is where I think the Tomahawk could be done. And that is, it is a troop carrier with open doors. And so you can see the figures. It kind of goes back to my tactical battle platform, right? You can do a tactical battle platform as a HasLab. Because one thing, it's already a fucking table. You don't need to find a shelf to put it on. It's a table. It holds multiple figures, so we can see all the figures. It holds a Skyhawk if they want to make a Skyhawk. It holds an Armadillo / mini tank. And it's on a table. It'd be awesome. They could just make a little deck that's supposed to be where the water level is. And you'd be able to set let's say, a devilfish if they decide to make a devilfish, which would be stupid for them not to. But yeah. And so I said this before, a Tomahawk, what they really should do with the Tomahawk, if they wanted to, is design it to be the size of an actual Chinook. All right. If you guys don't know, the Tomahawk is based after the Chinook. Do a full-size Chinook that's big for the 3.75 figures. But you can classify it. So if you turn it into a classified version of it, then it's that smaller condensed version that they made in the 80s. So now you have a bigger version that would be more like a real Chinook. And then if you decided to make it use the seats and everything that come for classified, then it's actually a classified version of the Tomahawk. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Now, the reason why they wouldn't be able to do it, what I'm saying, is because Ben from Skeletron he patented the dual scale vehicle. So we've talked about the RoboSkull before. It can either be a 6-inch or have two 4-inch figures or two 118 3.75. He patented that. And he actually said to me at Assembly Required, this was when Lenny still worked there, he said, "Hey, I know Lenny." He said, "I patented, but we could work something out." I don't know if he'd work it out for just anyone, but I don't think Hasbro would ever do that because they would want it themselves. It's kind of like what Vince McMahon was with his wrestling names. No, I own Diesel. I own Razor Ramon. And you can't blame him. You really can't blame him. I'm okay with never making that. I'm okay with them never making that. Believe me, I'm by far an aviation expert. Highest Me says I would probably have to, but a tan dragonfly locust maybe could pass on the try. Again, I will be a completist till I'm not. So would I get a tiger fly at this point? Yes. If you said to me tiger fly or a locust, which is the tan one, beige, whatever, I'm going with the locust all day. It just looks fucking way better. It looks so much fucking cooler. The problem is we need to go big or go home. The problem is we all need to get a bigger home. At least I do. And yeah, the Tomahawk that GI Customs Chaz is making, it's awesome. And he's willing to do something that it fits in it's something that people want. And even though people go, "Hey, there's people that want this, Hasbro, why don't you make it?" Not enough people are willing to. And I've said this before. People just want the ability to buy something. It doesn't mean they want to buy it. They want the ability that, hey, if I want a 4-foot F-14 Tomcat, I should be able to buy it from you, Hasbro. I don't care how much money you lose. And it's not your job to care how much money Hasbro loses. But it is your job to understand the reasons why they wouldn't do that, because they don't want to lose money. There's a reason why the Dodge Viper is no longer produced. It didn't make money. Not that it was ever meant to make money. It was meant to make so many hundred per year, and only few people could afford to buy one. So, that's how corporations look at stuff. And again, it's not your job to care about if they lose money, but it is your job to understand the reasons why they won't do something. I think Matthew might be laughing about that. I think you might be laughing about that description of what I just said. But it just, that's where people fail to understand. And when you say this is when people go, "Dude, you're a shill." No, I'm not a shill. I'm just trying to explain to you, because it seems like people completely lose their mind not understanding how these companies actually, how they work, how they survive, So anyway, so the topic, and unfortunately I have nothing. I don't really have much for the idea of what I was kind of talking about was what are you excited for San Diego Comic-Con? There's more than just G.I. Joe. I know I talk about this. I'm not a G.I. Joe channel, though it's heavily influenced by G.I. Joe and other military lines, but there's a lot of cool stuff. SDCC, not SDCC, Jada, they have their Invincible line. So they have that. They have the bloodied Street Fighter figure, like the bloodied heads. I know people are excited about that. The Ultra Street Fighter Akuma 112 scale that no one cares about. The Player 2 one no one cares about. Blue Burnell says economic 101 with Punk. Yeah, but that's about that's about the highest scale you're going to get is 101. I admit I don't know economics. I do understand, and I think most people do, at least they should. People just got to take their emotions out of things. Yes, and Matthew calling me a show. But yeah, so I'm really interested in the Invincible figures. I'm like, man, do I need to go down another line? I don't. I need to start selling some stuff off just so I can continue the lines that I'm already purchasing, right? But I see these Invincible being created by Jada, and you're kind of like, well, Jada doesn't pump out figure after figure after figure. There's not waves of 10 figures, there's waves of 3, and they're in between each other, right? There's not a lot. I mean, how long has it taken to get this full set of Street Fighter figures? It's been a couple years now. But they do some awesome stuff, right? They're doing some awesome stuff. Mattel here is doing, the Jim Bro Skeletor. And I'm kind of pulling this up right now. It's $50. And hopefully not freeze everything. Let's see here where I get this. Share screen. Where's that? My window. Boom. So this goes up in 2 days. We've all talked about it. It looks awesome, right? I mean, this is just fun. This is just fun. Like he's got the towel right there. This guy can lift some heavy weight, and you see the bars bent, which is awesome. And again, I made the Office one where I literally I broke apart figures and I finally put it back together, and it was a pain in the ass to get that fucking monkey figure back together from Fresh Monkey Fiction. Let's just say that was a fucking pain in the ass. But this here is the one that I think everyone was excited for, everyone wanted. So I hate the fact the way they do this, but yeah, this is going up in a couple days, $50, and then you have to pay shipping and handling. I have a feeling I'll be ordering this one. It's just awesome. Quickly, Jada has great prices. Jada has great prices for what their figures can do. They're great. I am almost all in on all the 97. I will try and get it. The only one that I don't have as of right now is the 2-pack of Rogue and Gambit. That's the only one that I haven't, because I just can't justify that price point for those figures. When I see it on clearance, I'll probably pick it up. So 97 is the one that I'm pretty much all in. I am going to try and get that Xavier. I don't know why I need that Xavier, other than it says X-Men 97 on it. But that's where they get me. Like, I'm not going to lie, man. And Canada might actually have it. I think Canada does. But I need to go over to Canada anyway, hit their EB games and see what they might have. So maybe I'll do that this weekend. Gangster says kids don't buy toys anymore like they did as kids, or like we did as kids. They're all online with phones playing games and watching YouTube. Even my little girl at 9 is done playing with dolls. Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, kids are still playing with toys, but there is a whole new thing, that we didn't have, which is video games. I just they're still playing with toys, but kids learn so much faster now because of the internet, because of all this stuff. They gravitate to games and online stuff. So it is disappointing in many ways. There's no doubt about it. But let's be honest. It's pretty cool. Quickly, Thousand Wolf says, is RoboSkull ever going to make a Kraken figure? I doubt it. I've never asked them. They also don't tell a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know anyone that knew about that female figure. I don't think that they will, because they're focusing more on like their own property of the RoboSkull. I would assume that we will eventually have a Kraken style figure from Big Bad Workshop. I think eventually that's what we'll get if you want it. I think the Kraken is awful. I think the Kraken is. I couldn't even get myself to buy it. I even told Steven, I'm like, I just don't like the Kraken. He looks so dumb. I don't think you finished here. You said, Punk, if you wanted to make for, you said the Punkathon, what's better to send it to email? I'm not sure what I don't know what I'm missing. Send me on Instagram. I will send me something on Instagram, whatever you want to tell me. That's where I'll actually see it. I will eventually read my emails, but I'm not really good with going to the email. I will be 100% off. Be 100% honest with it. Oh man, what you can't believe they stuck with Channing Tatum's Gambit, and now you're talking about the X-Men or the Avenger trailer. Are you kidding? Everyone wants Channing Tatum, and I'm all on board for it. You can follow me. Yeah, again, it is mostly a Joe channel, but I'm not a full Joe channel. Yes. I will get Beast when he comes out. Yeah. I have Apocalypse on. Yeah, I did order the Apocalypse. How can you not? It's like, seriously, dude. Like, I bought the Sentinel. I bought the Sentinel afterwards. I think I paid, what, $220 for him? Is that what he was? Because when Hasbro got him, they raised the price. I've had a lot of fun with him. The Apocalypse I ordered right away. You need a giant Apocalypse. So, yes. I definitely will be getting that. And Beast, I don't have a Beast yet, other than I have Dark Beast. That's the only Beast I have in my collection. So I pretty much pick up all the X-Men 97, and I try and get pretty much anything Age of Apocalypse. I like to say that's all that I get of Marvel Legends, but that'd be a fucking lie. as most people can attest to. Yeah. Indie Mystery says toys are going to come back because AI data centers have made video games prohibitively expensive. That's, that is something to look at. That is something to look at. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, they were already $50. Everything's going up in price. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Toys are never going to go away. They'll just evolve. Big M jumping in here saying, yo, everyone. All right. I'm excited. I'm excited for Doomsday. I watched that trailer probably 3 or 4 times today. I have faith in what the Russos do. I will say that right now. The Walmart Collector Con, day 1. Let me see here. This is gonna pull up here. What do we have coming? Looking at day 1 here. Here we go. Let's add the stage here. So we do have this. I mean, this is going on during the San Diego Comic-Con. So you're getting the countdown. The countdown is on. Street Fighter movie figure coming soon. All right. There's a bunch of Street Fighter figures, as you can see. You have the Master of the Universe figure here, the Skeleton Knight, which I think looks awesome. I think people are really excited for that. Because the Black Series Troopers, we get this Evil Lyn here. More figures. Okay, so this right here, this Rock, the Rock action figure. There is a Destro, a 3.75 Destro that has a very similar look to it. Has anyone seen this and said, you know what? I wonder if I can turn this into a Destro. Because this is actually pretty cool. Because I love that Destro. It looks awesome. I think this is just day 1 because I just hit day 1 here. So I just hit day 1. And this is what populated. Because there's no G.I. Joes on here. We get the Street Fighter 2-pack right here. If you need another Bison and Guile. But yeah, so there's that right there. So if I get rid of this, I can't have too many windows open or else my computer starts wigging out and slowing down completely. So here's a 20. No, I guess. Oh, you know what? It's actually not telling me. And I don't know why it's not showing me. It's not showing the G.I. Joe. So we all know Psych Out, Night Force Psych Out is coming. But they're not showing it here. Which is odd. They should be showing you Night Force Psych Out. So, unless if I hit the wrong date. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing that. I don't know. And honest, I mean, my research has really sucked lately. And I feel like people get one, like they hear one thing, but don't really know. So yeah. Pop Blender jumping in here saying, "Oh, you sweet summer children." And then, man, what else do we have here? Yeah, I didn't have a good job finding everything. I'm not gonna lie. But I will say this: the G.I. Joe stuff here, because this is on Preturnia. The Hasbro panel is on Thursday, or the G.I. Joe panel, not the G.I. Joe panel is at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Thursday. So I've actually asked the guys from the Circle of Jerks if they want to do a Goodwill Missions and Tony was the only one that said yes. Spec said he will be he's going to be at a concert with Moody, which I thought was kind of weird because Moody fired him and blocked him. But whatever, he can go hang out with Moody and go to a concert together. But the person that's actually on his channel didn't say anything, so I'm not sure. I'm assuming we're going to see more from the Hasbro or from the Jedjo panel. It would only make sense, right? But that's really, that's the big thing. I know most people are interested in here is the G.I. Joe stuff. Marvel Legends, I'm not sure, but what? So Marvel Legends has that Spider-Man 3-pack, which I have no interest in, and then has the Xavier with guns. Moody for Shipwreck. Moody and Spec, yeah, they have a very rocky relationship. So Darth Britt says, I'd assume the exclusives will go up Friday or Saturday online. Don't they wait a day or two to after they go up on the show floor? That's the thing. No one really knows. Sometimes they'll go up on Monday. Sometimes they'll go up on Tuesday. Sometimes they'll go up a week after. Sometimes they go up the exact same day. There is stuff dropping on Thursday, though. And I forget. There are pre-orders going up on Thursday. That I do know. I wonder if Entertainment Earth has any. So I think the waves that they've already shown, the pre-orders are supposed to be going up. See, Wednesday there's McFarlane toys going up. See, they used to give you like cool things. So Hasbro is dropping stuff on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. They're also dropping on Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, which is 5 Eastern. Someone needs to let Entertainment Earth know that no one gives two shits about Pacific time. Everything is based in Eastern Standard Time. Monday the 27th, there's stuff going up at 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's odd. I think that's wrong. Because Hasbro doesn't drop stuff at 7 a.m. And on July 28th. In July 20th. They have a lot of stuff going on. They're really branching it out. And I'm just looking. If you go to Entertainment Earth and you go to the drop zone, they tell you when certain brands are dropping stuff. So you have an idea in case you forget. But anyway. Kotzi, what are the Playmate exclusives? Trying to find out where my there we go. What are the Playmate exclusives? They're not even on here. This is not a very well produced show. Cooking with Eric says West Coast is the best coast. Let me know when your state falls into the ocean. No, the Great Lakes is the best coast. Next week, poll will be what is the best time zone? Oh, that's right. You are behind us. That's right. So I'm wrong, as always. So that makes sense. 1 p.m. At 1 p.m. makes total sense. It's been a long fucking weekend. It's been a long day. You are absolutely correct. I was wrong. Now, if I was like some people living on an island, I would just delete this live stream. Oh, wait a minute. They won't do live streams. But I'm like, if I was like some people, I would just delete it because I was wrong. And rather than admit that I was wrong or say that I was wrong, I can just delete it, and then you guys will never have proof. Oh no, Tony whining about it being hot again. Listen, at least you probably don't have the worst air in the world. uh, yeah, I'm getting the show prep done for next week. I'll be on so my show prep. I'm gonna let you in on. I really don't have anything to talk about. This was already going to be a very iffy figure out where the San Diego Comic-Con shit was. I don't look at toys other than G.I. Joe or like I look at BBTS every single day. I look at 12 and 1 o'clock because that's usually when stuff will that's when stuff drops. My show prep is literally either Saturday or Sunday. I start looking at Toy News International and then go to Toy Arc if sometimes they have some other stuff. Then I have to go like see if Mesco dropped anything. Mythic Legions isn't, or Four Horsemen stuff isn't always on there. I don't really look at Toy News all week. It's just I have other things going on. So that is truly how I look at it all. And I do it all and I kind of cram it all into one. Sometimes I have more time to work on stuff. So I'll show it off that way. And I just kind of cram it all into it. What did I just say? Okay, so Prophet is asking me, did you grab a Tick figure? Are you interested? I am not interested at all in that character, so I did not pick it up. I think they look cool. I've always thought the Tick was kind of funny, like funny looking, but it's never interested in me. And unlike Cops, which I had no interest in, I only ordered them because I had to hit a certain price point with my PayPal credit, that I can use as a detective with all my police officers. So yeah, he deletes a lot of his stuff. As a matter of fact, he deleted a whole shitload of stuff from his channel, and he's not the only one. He's not the only one. There's no doubt about it. But yes, he is known for it. There is proof of it. If Chaz the Guru was still here, he could fucking tell you. Believe me, it is not the Mandela effect that we all heard that he confirmed that the Trouble Bubble with Dr. Mindbender was coming and it was a Target exclusive. Punk spends more time covering Joe Fest than he does. Yes, because I will once again say it. I'm here for the community. And I'm here to meet my friends and everything. So yes, Joe Fest to me is more important than SDCC. It's also easier to see shit, like figure out what's going on. Punk's prep includes Walmart room for pop. Aldi pop. Aldi. No, believe me, I do all this. He says, yeah, I think he deleted some of mine a few years back. Oh no, he deletes comments all the time. Like he'll delete people's comments because he wants nothing to kick back. And I already had listen, I have a very low opinion of the guy, along with many other people. I heard so much stuff at Joe Fest, and I wasn't the only one. It made me think even less of him, which is hard to believe because there's really only one person I think less of in the community than him, and I think most of you can figure out who that is. So just the issue is that you learn something about certain people, and for whatever reason, you just like, why would somebody do that? And when they start fucking with someone's livelihood, that is where, you really have to go, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you trying to get people fired? And believe me, he's not the only person in this community that tries to do shit like that. You don't have to agree with everyone. But let's just say it's a fucking issue. But yeah, I didn't think I could really have a lower opinion of him. I can have a lower opinion of people. But I was told some stuff that made me think even less of that motherfucker. And that's hard to do. And like I said, there's only one person in this community that I have less respect for. And again, you guys can figure out exactly who that is. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up because I have to work tomorrow. And I have nothing else to really talk about. A big shout out to my daughter who prolonged this show about 20 to 25 minutes. You are putting it very lightly, but that petty right there, was explained everything. No, not him. I mean, he's a piece of shit. There's no doubt about it. But you know who I have a lower opinion of. Petty, again, petty doesn't begin to explain what some people are. Seriously, like none of you guys have even gotten it close. Like that, I take it back. Like there's one person that's close because he was associated with what happened. But seriously, like seriously, like man, I cannot believe you guys are even fucking bingo. That guy's a piece of shit. When you lie about someone and say, and again, he is the one person I will continue to fucking say, I don't know why anyone listens to him. When you fucking go and tell people that someone is giving you false copyright fucking strikes, and when they call you out, you delete your fucking channel and your Instagram, you're a fucking piece of shit. And I'd say it to his fucking face. That is one person that yeah. That's called fucking with someone's everything you lied about, saying people try and ruin your channel, everything you worked hard for, when it was all lies, and then you did the same thing to someone else. Yeah. I'll call them out every fucking time. People can listen to whoever they want. I'll never understand why anyone listens to that guy. Because I prove that he's a lying piece of shit. And that's why he went away for a while. And then he came back. And he's still a lying piece of shit. A nasally lying piece of shit at that. Anyway, wait till the end, and then you might start to hear me really go off about things. He could apologize and come clean all he wants. It doesn't change the fact that he did what he did, and that's the type of person that he is. But you know what? It would probably go far for other people, in all honesty. Like other people that, again, no one should ever, and I will say this to the day I die, and Tony knows this, no one should ever dislike someone because I don't like them or someone else doesn't like them. But you do have to be very careful and go, if they did that to somebody, if they did it to this person, why wouldn't they do this to me? I mean, there is a correlation between all of that. And the only thing that I will say about anyone, again, do not, because I have an issue with someone, that's my issue with them. It's not your issue. It's no one else's issue. But I will tell you things that I know, and you do whatever you want with it. And people can say the same thing about me. One of the things about me, and I know not everyone fully believes this, when you don't have skeletons in your closet, you don't have to worry about anything. Like, there is no skeleton that's coming out of my fucking closet. I am exactly who you see. It is shocking how many people think that I'm an asshole now. I have been so upfront and told people exactly how I am. And then when it comes out that I am that way, they're like blown away. Like, oh my God, this guy actually told me how he is. And he's an asshole. Like, yep, I told you. Quickly, I want to say hi before I leave to, where'd he go? There he is, Tripwire. Yeah, Punk won't let me be friends with Baldy. Hey, be friends with Baldy. You're making your own choices. As Baldy says, we all make choices. we all make choices. Yes, the HOA. The HOA, like the people on the HOA don't hate me. I don't even think the people yelling at us. Well, see, they were yelling at my neighbor because she's a woman. The guys that were yelling, they didn't yell at me. I will say that right now. And not because I'm like big and physical or anything like that, but because some people don't have a problem yelling at women, but they won't yell at any fucking guy. And that's the fucking truth right there about the people at the HOA. Women don't give a shit. Women will yell at you, right? Because I'm never going to hit a woman. So not that I'm looking to hit anyone. I'm a 50-year-old man. Like, no one fucking wants to see 50-year-olds fight. I've said it before. We all think that we can fight at 50. The truth is, most of us are slow as fuck. Right? Haven't we seen the MMA fighters and the boxers, and you're like, good fucking Lord. So yeah, this is true. Punk is little and physical. But yeah. Quickly, Clint says Punk won't buy you anything at Joe Fest though, but if your kid needs a HasLab, he will buy it though. Yes, if that HasLab is going to stay in my house. Right here. If one person says I'm an asshole and one says I'm nice, believe both. I treat people accordingly. You know, it's just, it's one of those things where then we live on a big playground. We don't always get along with it. Like we're not always friends with everyone. That's what I've said numerous times. We're not always friends with everyone, and that's fine. Like it doesn't mean you have to dislike them. I don't think Ed is still here anymore. Brian Flynn gave me one of the dirtiest looks. And I turned around and Ed goes, "Oh, he gave you a dirty look." I'm like, "Oh, so it wasn't just me that said." He goes, "No, that's fine. I have said more than enough stuff about him that he deserves. But I'm also not going to go, like, I'm not going to start a fight with him or berate him, especially not, it's not my fucking show. That's absolutely rude to do. But I'm also not going to kiss up to him and be like, "Oh, this is where I need to go over and talk to Super 7 and try and make things great, you know, and get stuff from him." No, dude, like I'm just going to walk away and go elsewhere and look at other things that I enjoy. So, all right, I'm done. I really am this time. You guys, I will see you guys all tomorrow on Circle of Jerks. There is no Thursday with the friend this week, so I will be relaxing, not doing any shows. A matter of fact, I think after tomorrow, I don't think that I am live until next Monday. I like breaks. They're actually pretty nice. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you all tomorrow over at Baldy Locks Reviews for Circle of Jerks. Tony, I think we have a show. I don't know. You tell me.